Very good afternoon to all of you and welcome to today's live coaching classes. We are continuing with central tendency and today we shall be taking up mode and two other types of mean, that is harmonic mean and geometric mean. So in today's session, first we will understand what is mode, the concept of mode, the properties, advantages, disadvantages, and the formula which we need to note so that we can compute the mode of different distributions, grouped as well as ungrouped. And then we will look at the two other types of mean. Now in the last session, we had already completed discussion of arithmetic mean, that is AM. And along with that, we had discussed about median, which is the mid value. In today's discussion, we will cover geometric mean and harmonic mean. These are two other types of mean apart from arithmetic mean. So in this discussion, we will cover the formula, the properties, the advantages, both for GM, HM as well as the disadvantages, and of course, different formula which we use for our practical solution of the problems. Since we are going to complete central tendency chapter today, so we shall focus also on the questions and the MCQs both from set A as well as from set B. So that is basically our coverage for today's session. Okay, so now the learning objective is in central tendency. You see, the central tendency means the mid value somewhere around the center and the representative value which is hovering around the center part. So arithmetic mean. Median we have discussed already, and along with median you may remember that we had done number of problems on quartile, on decile, percentile, and even geometric mean, harmonic mean. These are all types of central tendency, measures of central tendency. So we are understanding the computational technique, the concept of all these central tendency measures, and comparison. Which one is the best? Which one is least, say for example, least complex? Which one is the most easy for us to understand? Which central tendency measure is used commonly? So all these comparison, advantages, disadvantages of all these different measures of central tendency we are completing, and that is the learning objective of this particular chapter. Now let us move into mode. Mode means, so once again, good afternoon to all of you who have joined in. Now let us start with our technical discussion in today's session. So mode. Mode means that particular number which has the highest frequency. So for a given set of observation, mode means it is that value which occurs the maximum number of times. That means that variable which has the maximum frequency. Now here you can see that we have certain numbers 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. Now if you see, how many times do you see 1? You see only once. 2 appears 2 times. 3 appears only once. 4 appears 2 times in that picture which you see on the right hand side of the slide. Now 5 appears 3 times. That means I can say these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are like random, these are like variables. So it can assume any value, but here we can see x equal to 5. There are 3 cases where x is equal to 5. That in other words, the frequency of 5 is 3. 5 is appearing 3 times. And it is the maximum number of times in this group of numbers. Okay, so therefore, we can say that that is called the mode. Here, mode will be the number 5. So mode represents that particular number which occurs frequently, the most frequent. In other words, when we use the word frequent, we are actually talking about frequency. So it covers, or it is there for the maximum number of times. In other words, the frequency is highest. Now there can be certain situation. Let me take some numbers and write it on the this whiteboard. So I'm writing some random numbers. I'm taking 8 numbers. So I'll take 5, 3, 2, 6, then 5, 9, 8, 2. Okay, so I have taken, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 3, 2, 6, 5, 9, 8, 2. But if you see, yes, mode is 5, absolutely. Yes, Bhumika, thank you. Mode is 5. There's one question, extreme large or small observation cannot affect median. Yes, median is concerned with the mid value, so extremely large observation or small observation will not affect median. Yes. Okay, now looking at these number sets, 5, 3, 2, 6, 5, 9, 8, 2. How many times 2 appears? If you see, 2 comes once and 2. So if I just write the frequency here, I can say 2 is appearing 2 times. And again, if I see 5, 5 appears once and twice. So 5 also appears 2 times. So this is x equal to 2, x equal to 5, and this is the frequency. You can see, so 2 comes 2 times, 5 also comes 2 times. So this is a case where there are you can say there are multi modes. In other words, it has 2 modes because both have the same frequency. Now there can be a situation, there can be no mode also. That means all of them have the same frequency. Okay, so here we can see this is called bimodal. Bimodal. Bi means 2, bimodal, that means it has 2 modes. There can be a situation where there is no mode. So let us try and draw a situation. So just write some numbers where you don't get any mode. So for example, if I take the first 6 natural numbers, or let's take the integers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you see any mode here? All of them taken separately, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now each of them are appearing once. Each of them have the frequency once. They are appearing once. Therefore, there is no mode in this number set. But the moment if I change and if I write instead of 1, I make it 4. Now you have 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can see the mode becomes 4 because 4 appears 2 times. In other words, the frequency of 4 is 2. Okay, absolutely. Okay, very good. So you could see mode is 5, and here you can see now the mode is, this example, of course, the mode is 4 because 4 appears 2 times. So there can be situations where there is no mode, and there can also be a situation where there may be multiple modes. So please keep a note of it. It comes as a question in the exam that in which central tendency measure there can be 2 such measures. Visit 2 types, mode can appear 2 times. There can be 2 modes in a distribution. Now the question is, which can come 2 times? Is it mean? Is it median? Is it mode? So answer is mode. There can be bimodal distribution. But median will come only once, and mean also you have one mean, one arithmetic mean. Now let us look at mode. So mode means that value which has the maximum concentration of the observations. That means this is the most common value, I can say, and therefore what happens is the mode you can see is the most common value, and therefore mode deals with the number of frequency. Like median is nothing but positional value, right? There's one comment which has come from Priyanka. Yes, median is concerned with position values. That's why the size of the values doesn't affect. Absolutely, you are correct. This was written by Priyanka just a little while back. Absolutely. So median we say is position value. It is a positional value, the midpoint, the mid value, the middle, the numbers which are there in the middle. So it is not affected by other numbers which are on the extremes. Even if you have extreme numbers, doesn't make a difference. Median will always be the middle value. But in case of mean, yes, extreme numbers can make a difference. So we are discussing with mode, and therefore mode deals with what? It is the most frequent number. Median has got nothing to do with frequency. Median means the midpoint. Median comes from the, you can say median is derived from the word middle. Okay, so it comes in the middle or it's the midpoint, but mode is concerned with the frequency. So here you can see in this example 5, 3, 8, 9, 5, and 6. Mode is written as MO, okay, like median is written as ME. So mode is written as MO, and mode is 5. Why? Because it comes twice out of in the observations 5, 3, 8, 9, 5, and 6. 5 out of 6 observations, you can see 5 appears 2 times. Therefore, the mode is 5. Now, as I discussed, we came across an example here. We came across an exact example where you may have one mode, you may have multiple modes, 2 modes, even 3 modes, and you may not have a mode also. Like in this example, you can see 4 comes once initially. If I take the first example. So we have mode. Is there any mode? No, there is no mode because the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The moment I write one more 4 here, now the mode becomes 4 because 4 appears twice here and here again. So in this way, I can have 3 modes also, trimodal. So mode, there can be more than once. It can be, the mode can be more than one. Okay, so there can be one mode, 2 modes, and it can be multimodal. Like bimodal, we have just seen that bimodal means a distribution with 2 modes. For example, here 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I again write 3 here, what happens? Then we have 3 appearing 2 times here and here. So now the mode is we have both 3 as well as 4. So 3 and 4. That means it becomes bimodal. You have 2 modes now, 3 as well as 4, right? So it is bimodal. Okay. There is one question from, I think, Balasan Janlakshmi. What is meant by layman? Layman means an ordinary person who does not know mathematics and statistics, and a person who is just like a common man who has no idea about these terms. Okay, to the layman means to a common man, common person who has no knowledge about all these mathematics and statistical terms. Okay. So bimodal, I have just explained. Ankit Prasad has written bimodal answer. So bimodal, you can see bimodal means nothing but a distribution which has 2 modes. Like now you can see 3 and 4. The numbers are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. In these numbers, 3 comes 2 times, 4 comes 2 times. Therefore, this distribution is bimodal because it has 2 modes. Again, if you see in this example, in the slide, if you look at the last paragraph in this slide, you will find that what is written. Furthermore, it also appears from the definition that mode is not always defined. That is also true. Now, there are 5 students, 50, 60, 35, 40, 56. There is no mode in this distribution. Why? Because the marks all are appearing only once. So in this case, there is no mode at all. Right? So therefore, you can have no mode, you can have one mode, 2 modes, that is bimodal, and it can be multimodal. Okay, now we proceed to the next part of our discussion, and we go into this simple example. Let us look at this slide. So you can see there are certain marks from an exam, for example. So 10, 11, 12, 14, 17, 24, and 27. So you can see how many times do we get the frequencies are given. So the total frequency, if you see, is 8. The total frequency summation is 8. And out of this, you can see there are 2 persons who have got 24. Okay. So 24 marks. There are 2 people who have got it. That is why the frequency is 2. All other marks, the frequency is 1. Okay. So therefore, we can see that the mode here is 24, and therefore the marks, the modal marks is 24 because it has the highest frequency in this example. And in this slide, which you see, 24 appears 2 times. So we can say that the mode is 24 because we know mode means that variable which has the maximum frequency in the distribution. Okay. Now let us look at, there is one question from Sabreen Ansari. If there is 2 times 3 and 3 times 5, then what happens? 2 times 3, that means 3 will have a frequency of 2. And 3 times 5, that means 5 is having frequency of 3. That means 5 will be the mode because 5 is appearing 3 times. Okay. So I hope, Sabreen, you have understood that in that case, the mode will become 5. Because the highest frequency in the example which you have written in the chat box, you can see that 2 you have written that, sir, if there is 2 times 3 and 3 times 5. So as per what you have written, 3 is appearing 2 times. So the frequency of 3 is 2 and 5 appears 3 times. So 5 will have the frequency 3. So the highest frequency goes to 5. So the mode is 5. Okay. Yes, very good. You can see the mode is 24. Absolutely. Bhumika, you have written correctly. Okay. Now we move on and let us look at. So this is a very simple concept. You can see like central tendency is quite an easy chapter because we are dealing with mean, which everyone has learned in school and college, of course, and median is the midpoint, and mode is dealing with frequency, the highest frequency. Okay, now let us move on and let us see the next slide, the formula. Now the formula, we will first have a look at the formula, which you can see in the slide, and then we will do the practical through which we will understand and remember the formula. Okay, so here you can see, let us take the practical question first, and we will understand. Compute the mode of the following distribution. You can see the marks are given and you can see the number of students. Okay, so please try to do with me and then we will go into more questions. So let me try and solve it in the whiteboard and then we will compare it with the solution. So if possible, please you must be having pen and paper ready with you. If possible, please take up and this problem and let us try and do it one by one, step by step. So first step when you get these type of questions, in case you have a question like this in the exam, so how to deal with the question. So let's first quickly write down the distribution. Please note 10, 20, 20, 30. That means it is a continuous distribution. Okay, there is no break. So I will write the distribution 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and 60 to 70. Fine, very fine. Number of students, please note the students, that is frequency I'm writing 5, 8, 12, 16, 10, and we have 8. Okay. So for this type of things, what we will do is it's a continuous, you can say a continuous distribution. So what we shall do is, let us look at the formula. Okay, now please note that the highest frequency, if I think 10 to 20 frequency is 5, 20 to 30 frequency is 8, 30 to 40, 12, 40 to 50 is 16. So you can see now we have 16. Okay, so we can see that it is 40 to 50 is having 16 as its frequency. So we will try to find the mode. Now the modal class is 40 to 50. That class means here the boundary which you can see 40 to 50. That boundary of that class which has the highest frequency is called the modal class. I'm writing it here. It is called the modal class. So in this example, modal class is nothing but 40 to 50 is the modal class. Okay, 40 to 50. So how to solve it? Let us look at, yes, 40 to 50, many of you have written it. Yes, Priyanka has already got the answer. Shambhavi has written 40 to 50, very good. So now let us try to find out. So we will take the lower, this formula, only one formula you need to remember in mode. So we will take the lower, 40 to 50 is the modal class, we will take the lower limit. So I'm taking 40 plus. Now what we do is, we'll take the frequency of the modal class. So I will take in the numerator 16 and then we will subtract the frequency which is earlier. Okay, the preceding class. Here the preceding frequency is 12. So I will take 16 minus 12. In the denominator, what I will do, I will multiply this modal frequency with 2. In other words, it will be 2 into f, where f is the frequency from 40 to 50. So here the frequency is 16, so I will multiply 2 into 16 minus the earlier frequency, that is 12, minus the later frequency, which is 10. Okay, so we are taking the frequency earlier than the modal class, 12, and the frequency which we have here, the next frequency 10, and then we will multiply with the by the class interval, and the class interval is 10 again. So you can see 10 to 20, 20 to 30 means it is 10. You multiplied by 10. So what do I get? I am getting 40 plus, so I'll just write it here, 40 plus 16 minus 12 is 4, and in the denominator I am getting 16 twos are 32 minus 12, that is 20. 20 minus 10 is 10. Okay, is 10. So in the denominator I am getting 10, but I have to multiply it by 10 again. So 10 and 10 cancels out, so I'm left with 40 plus 4, and therefore the mode comes to 44. The mode is 44. Okay, some of you have got, many of you have got 44. Excellent performance. And Ankit, Harshit, then there's Shiba, very good. Dhyanesh, then Ajit Abo Ghosh has got 44. Excellent, very good. So Jyoti also. Then we have Ladwala Khojimai. Is this your name, or this is the name which is appearing? So I'm just saying your name. Those who have got 44. Also we have Priyanka who has got 44. Very good. So now let us see. So you are okay with this mode. So let us see the calculation once again, whether we have done it correctly or not. You can see the modal class is 40 to 50. Please look at the solution which appears in the slide. And you can see that we have taken the formula. The 40 is the lower limit. We have taken the lower limit of the modal class plus 16. 16 is the frequency for 40 to 50 minus 12. 12 is the frequency of the preceding class. And then we have multiplied 2 into 16 minus 12 minus 10, and that is multiplied by the modal class. We have got 40 to 50, that is multiplied by the class width, and that is 10 in this case. So we have achieved 44. Okay, great. Yeah, Kashish has also got it. Mohammad Ahmed has got it. Jana Lakshmi has got it. Excellent. Very good. Now we will proceed. So you can see we have this. These are the type of problems which can be expected in your exam. Okay, simple problems, because you know the marks will not. You are not going to get 5 marks question or 8 marks question, but then you will be expecting simple questions. And this is a very simple problem, which this type of problems you must practice. Okay, now let us look at discrete frequency distribution. Kindly note, in this example, which you see, I have named it example number 37. You can see that the mode is, you have to find out the mode. Distribution is given to you, but kindly note it is not continuous. Like in the last example, you found continuous. 10 to 20, no break, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. It is continuous. But here you can see some breaks. For example, 50 to 59, but there is no one between 59 to 60. Okay, there is a break. So it is a discrete. You will remember we discussed discrete and continuous. So how to deal with this? So I will rub it up and try to solve this question. And I will request you, as you are doing it, please try to work with me and let us solve it. Okay, so it's a very light chapter today, and we shall complete the chapter. It's all basic questions which will be expected in the exam, and definitely it is within our coverage. So in this type of question, if you get such a type of problem, please try to make it continuous, from discrete to continuous. So first we have to create the class boundary. Okay, so how do we create the class boundary? Instead of 50 to 59, we will make it 49.5 to 59.5. Okay, so for the marks which are given, let me make it continuous. So I'm writing 49.5 to 59.5, then 59.5 to 69.5, 69.5 to 79.5, 79.5 to 89.5, 89.5 to 99. Sorry, this is 9. Just a moment, I'll make it 99.5. and we have 99.5, 209.5. These are the class boundaries. Now I have made it continuous. Please see there is no gap. Okay. Now I will write the student's frequency. So the frequencies are, I'm writing F for frequency 5, 20, 40, then we have 50, and then we have 30, and then we have 6. Can you tell me which one is the modal class? Anyone? You can just check which is the highest frequency, 5, 20, 40, 50. Oh, 50 is the highest frequency. So if 50 is the highest frequency, so the modal class is this one. Okay, 79.5 to 89.5, this becomes the modal class, right? So now please note that the lower limit of the modal class has to be considered, and therefore we take 79.5 is the lower limit of the modal class. So I will take 79.5 here. Okay, and now let us look at the frequency here. So plus 50. 50 is what? The frequency of the modal class. Okay, frequency of the modal class, I'm taking 50, minus the frequency of the immediate preceding class. Immediate preceding class frequency is 40. So 50 minus 40. In the denominator, there will be what? The formula is 2 into the frequency of the modal class. Modal class frequency is 50. So I will write 2 into 50 minus this 40 preceding and the succeeding. So minus 40 minus 30. And this is multiplied by the class interval, which is 10. Okay, the class width, you can say here, is 10. So multiplied by 10. So what am I getting? 79.5 plus 50 minus 40 is 10 in the numerator. In the denominator, I am getting 2 into 50, that is 100. 100 minus 40 minus 30, that is 100 minus 70. So in the denominator, I am getting 30. Okay, so I am writing 30 here multiplied by 10. So 10 tens are 10 threes are 30. So I'm getting 10 by 3. Okay, so 10 by 3 is approximately 3.33. So I will just add 79.5 plus 3.3. I am getting to 82.8. My answer is 82.8. This is the mode. This is the mode which I'm getting. Yes, many of you have got it. Yes, absolutely correct. Let me share the names. Many of you have got it. 82.8 is the mode. Okay. Now, why use 2? This is the formula. Vinita, Vinita has asked why use 2. So please note that this is actually the formula. Okay, so that is why the formula is used is like this. There is the derivation of the formula is not within our syllabus. So please note that it is the formula which you need to remember, 2 into the frequency of the modal class. Okay, now yeah, okay, now many of you have got it, and okay, I think Abdul Kadir has got it. Yeah, then 79.89, very good. 84.5, no, Harshit has got 84. Harshit, please check the workings once again. The modal class is 79.50 to 89.50, absolutely correct. Ankit has rightly said that the frequency is highest frequency is 50, very good. And yes, Sangeeta Chaudhary, thank you. She has given the right answer again. Bhumika, yes, good. Then we have Jyoti, Dhyanesh, Mayur, Shambhavi, Dhara Patel. Dhara has also Dhara 89.5 is not the answer. Just check. Dhara 89.5. No, I'm sorry. 89.5 is not the answer, because 89.5 is the upper limit of the modal class. Okay. The modal marks is 82.83 approximately. 82.83 is coming. Yes. Many of you have got it. Bhumika, Shambhavi, Ajita Bho, Mansi, Shiba, Dipanshi, Sangeeta, Mayur, Chandan, Archana, so many. Kashish, very good. Okay. Samir has asked, can we round it off to 82.83 to 82. Yeah, 82.83 we can keep it like that. Yes. Okay. Right. Vinita also, very good. Excellent. Okay, so this is the toughest type of problem which you can expect. Okay, not more than this. I'm looking at the trend of the questions. Okay, but there are some, I will say, intelligent questions also. Some they might be little tricky. We will discuss that. Okay, like for example, missing frequency. Okay, that we'll also discuss. Oh, I have now come to missing frequency. Just said, and now the next slide is missing frequency. So mode of the given distribution is 44. We have to find the missing frequency. Very interesting. Let me try it out. And I'll request all of you to please work it out with me and let us solve it together. So you get the more problems you solve, you can get more confidence. So this is a case of missing frequency, and we have handled similar problems in mean as well as I think in median also we did that. So let us try and see how to deal with the missing frequency here. Please remember, in case of median, you may recollect that we had to carry out cumulative frequency. We had to write down the cumulative frequency. But in case of mode, there is no need for any cumulative frequency. We just need to work on the individual frequencies which are given. Okay. So here you can see marks is given and the number of students. Okay, marks and number of students given. Please also note that the distribution appears to be a continuous distribution because 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, no break. There is no break in between. Let me write it out. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and you have 60 to 70. Fine. Let me take the frequencies 5, 8. I'm just drawing a table here. I'm writing F, R, E, Q, frequency. 5, 8, 12, 5, 8, 12. And now you have a frequency 40 to 50. We don't know. I'm calling it X. Then we have 50 to 60 is 10 and 60 to 70 is 8. Now it is given in the problem that the mode is 44. It is given. So we can say that if mode is 44, that means we can say the mode lies between 40 to 50. Therefore, the modal class is this one. The modal class is this one, 40 to 50. Why? Because it's given that the mode is 44. It is given in the problem. Okay, please see. So we will work out and we will use the formula which we have learned. So the formula is what? I will write 40 plus x minus 12. That is the modal frequency minus the earlier frequency x minus 12 divided by 2 into x. 2x minus 12 minus 10. That is, I think, minus 22. Multiplied by the class. The class width is 10 because 40 to 50 is 10. So into 10. That gives you 44. So this is the formula. So I'm getting, if I simplify, so this 40, if I bring it here, it becomes, the right hand side becomes 4 now. So I'm getting x minus 12 divided by 2x minus 22, just checking, 2x minus 22 into 10, this is equal to 4. Okay, so now if I just cross multiply, what will you get? 4 becomes 2 and this becomes 5 here, so 2 by 5. So I can write 5 into x, that is 5x, cross multiplying, x minus 12 by 2x minus 22 equal to 2 by 5 now. So 5x, cross multiplying, 5x minus 5 12s are 60. This is equal to 2 into 2x, that is 4x, minus 2 into 22, that is 44. So I'm getting x is equal to 60 minus 44, that is 16. So I'm getting the frequency of x is 16, 16. This is what I'm getting. Modal class is 40 to 44. Okay. Modal class is 40 to 50 modal class, and the mode is 44. So let us see the solution. The solution slide is coming up now. Okay. So if you look at the formula, this is the same thing we have done in this case, and you can see. Acha. Ankit is asking 22, how 22 has come. Please see, Ankit, once again, please see. 2 in the denominator, 2 into x. X, what is x? X is the frequency of the modal class. So 2x minus, how 22 is coming? 12, that is immediate frequency, and the next frequency is 10. So 2x minus 12 minus 10. So it becomes 2x minus 22 because 12 and 10 becomes 22. Okay. Ankit, I hope you have got it. There is one person who has got Priyanka. Thank you. Missing frequency is 16. Okay. Please once again check the answer. We have done it here and now you can see the solution also. So we have taken the modal frequency 16 we have got. How we have got it? You can see 40 plus x minus 12, that is x is the modal frequency minus the preceding frequency 12. In the numerator, x minus 12. In the denominator, 2 into x minus the previous frequency minus the succeeding frequency. So 2x minus 22, multiply that, multiply the numerator and the denominator by the class interval, the class width. Here it is 10. So once we multiply that by 10, that should give us 44. And on simplification, you can see that the frequency x, just work it out. It's a simple linear equation. And by cross multiplying, you will get, I have done it here. So x minus 12 by 2x minus 22 comes to 2 by 5. And then you cross multiply. So 5x minus 60 on one hand. On the other hand, you have 2 into 2x, that is 4x minus 2 into 22, that is 44. 2x into 2, that is 4x minus 44. That is what I have got here, 4x minus 44. This side we have 5x minus 60. So on transposition, we get the frequency x equal to 16. Very good. Yeah, now we can see many people have got it. Very good. So Jyoti, Hera Hussain, Mansi, Shiva, Chandan, Bhumika, Kashish, Sangeeta, Ayushi, very good. Dhara also, I think, Dhyanesh. Okay. Dhyanesh is asking calculation once again. Okay, I am explaining once again. Now, there is one question Ayushi has asked, sir, in sums of missing frequency, we have to assume it as F0. Okay, you can assume it at F0, or you can think, I have taken X, for example. Yes, you can take F0, no problem. Or you can take F1 also. Okay, usually we take it as F1 because the last one which you see will be taken as F0. So you can take it as F1. That does not make a difference because ultimately the formula is important. Okay. That is, there is no hard and fast rule that you have to consider that as F0. Usually we take it as F1 because the earlier frequency will be F0 and the next frequency will be F2. So you can take F1 also. Okay. Once again, I am, yeah. Ankit, I think you have got it. You have written. Thank you. Dhanesh, I will just do the calculation once again. Once again, I'm rubbing it and I'm doing it from this table, so that you don't forget. So Dhyanesh, please check once again. So modal class is 40 to 50. Why? Because you can see that the mode is given for 44. So definitely it has to be the modal class. So what we do, the formula is 40 plus, lower limit of the modal class plus. In the numerator, we take the formula, the frequency of the modal class. So x minus the preceding frequency. So I take 12 here. Now, in the denominator, we have 2x, 2 into the frequency of the modal class, so 2x, minus earlier frequency and the later frequency. So it is minus 12 minus 10. And this is multiplied by 10 because 10 is the class width. So this gives me 44. So if you simplify this portion, what do you get? You get x minus 12, and in the denominator, you get 2x minus 22. Okay, and then if you just cross multiply, you will get the answer, which is 16. Okay, Dhyanesh, good, fine. Thank you, Ayushi. Okay, now let us take the advantages and disadvantages of mode. So very simple, you can see. Now, advantages of mode, you could see, not is it very difficult to understand, I don't think. So advantages of mode is, first of all, the concept is very clear and very simple concept at highest frequency. So let us see the advantages. Now, this can come as a question if you ask me, sir. Many people are asking, sir, theory questions expected or not? Yes, theory question is expected, can be expected. Please do not ignore theory questions. If you look at set A and the set B questions in the end of this chapter, in the study material, you will find quite a number of questions, especially in set A, is from the theory part. And see, here the theory is not only the definition, but we are discussing the properties also. If you see, after completing arithmetic mean and also after completing median, we had stopped for a time and we had discussed about three things. Number one, properties. Number two, advantages. Number three, disadvantages. And we are doing the same also for mode. Now, we are doing it with a purpose. What is the purpose? The purpose is sometimes these questions also come in the exam. So you must be careful not to focus only on the practical. You must also focus on the theory part. Okay, theory and practical, like this is practical, but theory is important also. Why? Because you can see the first advantage, mode can be located by inspection. Yes, we can locate, like here we could see, if it is given that say the frequency is 16 here, you can easily understand what is the modal class. So by inspection, it is not affected by extreme values. Is it affected by extreme values? No, it's ultimately the highest frequency. Okay, so therefore whether there are extreme values or not doesn't make a difference. It is simple and precise, absolutely. So we have understood what is bimodal, what is multimodal, and we have also analyzed and worked some examples to understand how we derive or how we calculate the mode when we have a frequency distribution. The first example was a continuous frequency distribution, and the next example which I have worked out is the discrete frequency distribution. In case of discrete, we convert it to continuous by, you can see the way we did it. That is, in case of 40 to 49, for example, the boundary becomes 39.5 to 49.5. In that way, we make it continuous. Mode can be determined graphically, unlike the mean. Yes, median can be determined graphically. Also, mode can be determined graphically. Disadvantages of mode: number one, it is unsuitable for algebraic treatment. In case where the number of observations are small, mode may not exist. Okay, but mean and median can be calculated. Now, as we saw, now say there are 5 observations, right? Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as simple as that. Do you see any mode? No. I'm just writing this. Okay, so you will understand each of these advantages and disadvantages once we just take few examples. So I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have any mean? Can you find out the mean of these observations? Yes, we can find out the AM. Arithmetic mean we can find out. 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 and 3 is 12, 12 and 2 is 14, 14 and 1 is 15. So 15 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am getting 3. Okay, just working out. We can easily understand it is 3, but still I work it out. What is the geometric, what is the median here? Median is also 3. But does it have, or does these 5 numbers have any mode? No, there's no mode because each number is appearing once. So the frequency is 1, so there is no mode. Okay, so this is the meaning of the second point under disadvantages. Okay. Then, of course, the value of mode is not based on each and every item of series. Absolutely true. Okay. Achha. Now, there's one question from Abdul Qadir that what if 2 class frequencies are same? Very intelligent answer. If 2 class frequencies are same, then there will be multimodal. It's bimodal, basically. Now, those type of questions will not come in the exam. That is something which is not there also in our study material. Achha, there's one question from Dhyanesh. What is the meaning of skewed distribution? Skewed. Skewed distribution means when the distribution are skewed, means it is partially tilted, or it's like I will say the word is biased. Okay, that means the skewed distribution could be something like this. Okay, that means when you draw the graph, you find many of the numbers are here and then it falls. Okay, so you can say this is a left skewed on the left hand side. Similarly, another distribution can be there, right side skewed distribution. Okay, skew to the right like this. So most of the observation you see they are coming is a right side skew. But if you see unskewed, that means it is impartial. So it will be something like this. You will see later on. This is called normal curve, normal distribution. Bell-shaped curve. We have already discussed about the type of curves. Bell-shaped curve. Why bell-shaped? Because if I just draw this bell, I will just draw and complete the bell here, and it becomes like a bell. Okay, now I hope you can see the bell here. Okay, so it's called a bell-shaped curve. It's just like a bell which you see in a temple. Okay, so this is bell-shaped curve. This is not having any type of skewness. There's no skewness here. Okay. Simple and precise means we get, Ankit, simple means, what is simple? Simple means it is easy to compute. The formula is very simple. And what happens is, here in case of, why it is precise? Because in case of median, we had to find out n by 2. So in case of median, we had to find out the n plus 1 by 2, this value, n by 2, this value. But here there is nothing called breaking. We just, don't have to assume anything like this. So directly what happens is, we can directly get the exact calculation, and it becomes simple and precise. Now, one important formula, very, very important: mean minus mode equal to 3 into mean minus median. Very, very important formula. Please note, mean minus mode. Lot of questions are coming from this type of formula, mean minus mode. So I'm writing here mean minus mode equal to 3 into mean minus median. Very, very important. And you will get almost in every exam, one question at least is expected from this formula. Very important formula for your exams. So also please note that if there is a relation y equal to a plus bx, okay, then the mode of y will be YMO, that is equal to a plus b into mode of x. So these two are very, very important formula. Okay, so let's take an example. So you can see that for a moderately skewed distribution of marks for a group of 200 students, the mean, now the number of students is 200, the mean is 55 and 55.6, and the median is 52.4. Okay, so let us try to find out the mode. Let me try and use this formula. So here it is given that the mean is 55.6. So I will write mean is 55.6 minus mode, which we have to find out, m. I am writing m for mode. This is equal to 3 into mean minus median. So I am writing 3 into mean, that is 55.6 minus median. Median is 52.4. Please note it is given. This is from the study material, 52.4. So let me just calculate it using the calculator. Just try and find out, and we have to find the value of the mode. So I'm just trying and finding out the calculation. Let us try and work on the calculation. So 55.6 minus 52.4, I think. Yes. So that gives me 3.2. So this is 3 into 3.2. So 3.2 into 3, that is, just carry it out, 3.2 into 3. So you are getting 9.6. And so you can write m is equal to 55.6 minus 9.6. So you can just carry it out, 55.6 minus 9.6. So I'm getting 46. Mode comes to 46. Let me just see whether the calculation is correct or not. So the formula you can see is, yeah, the mode is 46. You can just get it using this formula. Very, very important. I request each and everyone who is following this particular session to kindly keep a note of this formula, mean minus mode equal to 3 into mean minus median. Now, since we have completed the central tendencies, and very soon in the next 5 minutes, we shall be starting with the HM and GM. First the GM, and that is geometric mean, and then harmonic mean. So I will request everyone to kindly keep a note of this formula, and please remember this. This is a very, very important formula, and many questions are coming. You can see in the study material directly the questions are given. And these questions, for example, this example 14.11, you will find in the study material. So please try to solve these type of problems. And these are the most expected type of problems in the exam, which is just going to check your knowledge, whether you have remembered the formula or not. Also, I request you to try this one, 14.1.12, very, very important type of problems we are doing. If y is equal to 2 plus 1.5x and the mode of x is 15, what is the mode of y? Very, very important type of problem. Let me just try it out, and then I will check my answer with the solution which is given. So here the relation is y equal to a plus bx. Okay, so the y, mode of y will be ymo equal to a plus b into xmo, where xmo is the mode of x. That is the formula. Now here, if you see, the formula given is y equal to 2 plus 1.5x. Okay, what is the mode of y? When it is given that the mode of x is 15, so it is given xmo equal to 15. So we have to find the mode of y. So I can write here ymo will be equal to this particular formula, which you see, a plus b into xmo. First is a. A is how much? A here is 2. Y equal to a plus bx. So b is 1.5. A is 2 and b is 1.5. So I'm first going to take a, because the formula says it is a first. So a is 2. So I'll write 2 here plus 1.5. B is 1.5. So I'm writing 1.5. XMO is 15. So I'm multiplying this. So 2 plus 1.5 into 15. Now 15 into 1.5 will give you, I think, 22.5. 22.5. This is 22.5 plus 2. So I will get 22.5 plus 2, that is 24.5. I'm getting 24.5. Let me see if this is the right answer or not. I think already before going to the calculation, many of you have got it right. Yes, Bhumika has got it. Then Abdul Kadir, yes, Dhyanesh, Dhara, Jyoti, 24.5. Excellent. Very good. Kindly note, those who are following, and also my dear friends who are going to see this video later on, kindly remember these two formula, very, very important for the exams. Okay. Now it's we are hoping to complete the session in time. We are not taking any break. I hope it is relaxing, and let's continue because the tempo is important. We should not break the tempo. And today, hopefully, we will be completing before 4 p.m. because we just have to understand GM and HM, and then of course we'll do some problems from set A and set B. Okay. Now let us see geometric mean. Very simple concept. You may remember you have done arithmetic progression and geometric progression. So whenever you do something arithmetic, geometry also comes. So if you are studying arithmetic, geometry feels, jealous that why are you studying only arithmetic? I am also good. I am also ready. I am also coming. So they are like two friends who always quarrel and fight. So if you read arithmetic progression, you have to study geometric progression also, and that is something we have already completed. Similarly, if you study AM, then GM also has to come. And you may remember in our discussion of arithmetic progression, AP and GP, we had AM and GM as well. For example, insert 4 AMs between so and so numbers, insert 2 GMs. Okay, between these numbers, we had done that. So the geometric mean is, instead of in arithmetic mean, we are adding. In geometric mean, what we are doing is we are multiplying it and finding out the nth root. Okay, so if there are, let me take an example to make it as simple as possible. Let me try and take, say, okay, let us take two numbers. Let's take 3 numbers. Okay, so let me take 2, 4, and 8. Okay, I'm taking 2, 4, and 8. What will be the geometric mean? I give the heading GM. First, you multiply them. Okay, I multiply. So 2 into 4 into 8. and then I will take the cube root. So it will be the cube root. Why? Because there are 3 numbers. So cube root. If there are 4 numbers, it will be the 4th root. If it is 10 numbers, the 10th root. Now you can understand here, you may have to work out using logarithms. Okay, log. So right now you can see 2 into 4 into 8. So the cube root will be basically, this is 64, cube root of 64. So we can break it up like this. 64 can be broken up into 4 into 4, 16 into 4, 64, which means if you want to find out the cube root, this cube root is coming to 4. So the GM is equal to 4. The geometric mean is coming to 4. Okay. Okay. Kashish is very hungry. Kashish, please have some food while you do this exercise. Okay. So let's carry on. Very relaxing. Yes, Dhyanish has written mathematics is very interesting subject. Very interesting, like accounts and audit. It's very interesting. And once you get the charm and the interest in mathematics, definitely you will do well. You will study more, and automatically you will try like solving as many problems as possible. Okay, so GM, of course, in the exam, very simple problems are coming on GM, and you can see the GM is given by the nth root. In this slide also, you can see the nth root. For example, if there are 2 numbers, 3 and 1, the geometric mean will be 3 into 1, the square root of 3, that is root 3. Okay. There will be some logarithms which I used, we will see later. I have not seen much problems by in the exam on GM where you have to use log tables. Very few of them come where you need to use log tables. But then once you can practice few of them, because logarithm you have already done in mathematics, you can use that knowledge. Okay. So let me go into, before getting into the discussions on the ratios and all, we will just go into some examples. The best way to learn is through examples. Find the GM of 3, 6, and 12. This is from the study material. Let us try and see 3, 6, and 12. So there are 3 numbers here. So we have to find out the cube root. So the square root of the cube root. So it is 3 numbers. So the GM will be the cube root of 3 into 6 into 12. Okay. So it is basically 216, which comes to, this comes to 216. I can break it up into 3 into 3 into 2, and 12 can be broken into like this, 2 into 6. Okay. So I'm getting 3 into 2, that is 6. Again, this 3 into 2, that is 6. So I'm getting cube root of 6 into 6 into 6. So if I remove the cube root, I'm getting answer is 6. So you can see these type of questions are expected, and it is there in the study material. So you can see that the solution is given by just finding out the cube root of the product, 3 into 6 into 12, and therefore what you get, you are getting exactly 6 as the answer. Okay, so this is as simple as that. But now we will go into the second question from the study material. Find the GM. Yes, many of you have got it, 4. Okay, Abhi Gupta has said, sir, due to you, I am able to solve this. I am so happy to learn this. Very good. Okay. Shiba has written, maths is more interesting than accountancy. Yes, I should not make any judgment here, because you know I practice mathematics. I'm a student of mathematics. Also, I'm a student of accounts. See, as a chartered accountant, we become students once again. We have to study so much. There's no difference between the amount of studies you do and we do. We also have to study. So I'm a student of both the subjects, and I feel that absolutely this is a very interesting subject. No question about it. 8 is the right answer. Yes, Ankit, the last one. 6 is the right answer. You got the last one. 216 cube root is 6. Okay. Ayushi is asking, please explain the formula one more time. Okay. Ayushi, the number is like this. The GM is like this. Just try and understand. So if there are, let me take 4 numbers. Okay. 4 numbers. x1, x2, x3, x4, 4 numbers. What will be the GM? The GM will be first, step 1, you multiply. So x1 into x2 into x3 into x4. Okay, now you have to find the fourth root. So it is the fourth root. I write 4 here, fourth root. So if you have n numbers, then the GM will be the nth root. Nth root. I'm writing the nth root. Okay, please remember this is the concept of GM, and that is the formula. So x1 into x2 into x3 into x4, I can write it just in another manner like this: x1 into x2 into x3 into x4 to the power 1 by 4. And you have learned indices. You have learned about the laws of indices. I can write it like this also. Okay, so this is how we solve the simple problems. Okay, these are the simple problems. But now there is one question which, yes, GM is 6. Many of you have got it. Calculator, Vinita, yes, Vinita has asked any shortcut to calculate cube root in calculator. There are one or two shortcuts I learned or I read somewhere, but instead of a shortcut, it seemed to be a long calculation steps to get cube root. I think if you get such questions, very few questions you will get where you have to calculate or you have to use calculator tricks. See, the basic objective in the exams is to understand your intelligence, how much you have studied, whether you remember the formula, whether you can apply it, how much calculation you can do. I think, in at least to what I understand, I think that is not one of the most important objectives of the exam. So therefore, using calculator tricks, very little use in our exams. Okay, GM is 6. Many of you have got it. Yeah, some people have written. Samir has written it's a tricky one, but easy. Yeah, later on, Abdul, if I get time after we complete the main sessions, I will share some calculator tricks, especially which may be used, but very little actual practical use we will get in our exams, right? Because here you see it's all direct questions if you look at the type of questions which have come. Now let us try and check this question. Find the GM for the following distribution. Now, we have a frequency distribution. So here you can see there is a frequency distribution. So what to do in these type of problems? Okay, so you have a frequency distribution. Just write it down, X and F. So you have 2, 4, 8, and 16. These are the values, and the frequencies are given 2, 3, 3, 2. 2, 3, 3, 2. So the total comes to 3 and 3, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Okay, so find the GM. In this type of situation, what we have to do is you have to create the index, and the index will be the frequency of each number. That means here the geometric mean GM will be, here we take the first number 2. Frequency is 2, so it will become 2 to the power 2 multiplied by next number is 4, and the frequency is 3, so 4 to the power 3, 4 raised to the power 3, again multiply by 8 raised to the power 3, and then you have 16 raised to the power 2, and then this will become the 10th root. Okay, so this is basically the 10th root. So you can see 2 square into 4 cube into 8 cube into 16 square. 10th root means, you can understand, I can write it as this expression to the power 1 by 10. So there you have to, if you get such a question, you may have to break it up. Either you can break it up like the way it has been done, or what you can do is you can definitely, if you break it up now, 10th root, well, you can use some other techniques. Like if I break this, what happens? What do I get? Just let us try and see. It is the 10th root. So I can write, let me just rub this part. What I can do is I can break each of these into 2. So 2 square is given into 4 means 2 square. 4 cube means 2 to the power 6. Again, 8 is 2 cube. 8 cube is 2 to the power 9. Into 16 means 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, 2s are 16. 2 to the power 4 is 16. So 16 square will be 2 to the power 8. This whole to the power 1 by 10. So in this question also, Log may not be used. Log, you don't have to use log table. We can solve it like this. 10th root, people will think, oh God, 10th root, how to calculate? But nothing to worry. Just keep your cool. And you can see if I just use the law of indices, I can break this and I can solve this. Okay. So here you can see we are having am into a to the power n. So here we are having 9 plus 8, 17, 18, 19, 25. So we are getting 2 to the power 2 to the power 25. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 9 is 17. 17 and 8 is 25. So I can write this as 2 to the power 25. And on top of it, we have to the power 1 by 10. So you know if a to the power m and outside the bracket you have to the power n, then it is a to the power mn, m into n. So here it will become 2 to the power 25 by 10, that is 2.5. 2 to the power 2.5. 2 to the power 2.5 is what? 2.5 we can write as 2 to the power 2 into 2 to the power 0.5. 2 to the power 2 is what? 4. And 2 to the power 0.5 means what? Square root of 2. So the answer is 4 root 2. Okay, so you can calculate, it comes to around 5.66. Yes. 4 root 2. Tax plus calculator is allowed in the exam. No, Jyoti, please see the exam guidelines for the calculator. Please have a look at it. It is basically scientific calculator, I think, is not allowed, and it has to be calculator with 2 memories and certain number of functions are there, and number of all the requirements are given in the site. Please go to the calculator rules. Okay. Now there are another question 4, 12, 18 and 26. So here you have 4 into 12 into 18 into 26. So here this is just an illustration. So taking log, there's no other way in this example but to take log, and taking logarithm of both the sides, we have calculated log g, that is gm. The log of gm is equal to 1 by 4, because here it is the 4th root. There are 4 numbers, it's the 4th root to the power 1 by 4, which means 1 by 4 log 4 plus log 12 plus log 18 plus log 26, and then you can calculate it using the log table, and then anti-log you can get 12.25. Acha. Now the advantages of geometric mean, it is not influenced by extreme items, very similar to, you can say that it is usually to the same extent as mean, it is not much influenced by extreme items. Rigidly defined because the value is precise. There are no ambiguities about the value. It is clearly the nth root. All observations, plus it is useful in calculating index numbers. We will see later in statistics, you have one chapter on index numbers. We will see that. Now, what are the disadvantages? Now, disadvantage, Ankit and Priyanka, I will explain this question. I think you have written, please explain once more. I think you wanted to know the last question, how I have solved it. 4 root 2, I will just do it once again. So advantages of geometric, disadvantages of geometric mean, first it is neither easy to calculate nor is it simple to understand. Like many of you are asking me to explain once again. Okay, so what happens is the calculation may seem to be little complex once you have higher numbers. For example, GM of 5 numbers, that means it will be the 5th root. In the last case, we took 10 numbers. So ultimately with frequencies, it came to 10. So it was the 10th root. Now, fortunately, we could break it up, but otherwise we have to use log table. Technically speaking, I'm not talking from the exam angle, but technically speaking, to solve these type of problems, we may have to use log tables. So it is not very easy to calculate. I'm sure you will agree on that. You will take more time to calculate. Plus, if any value of a set is 0, the geometric mean would be 0. So if any particular, say here you can see this is a very important question which comes in the exam, that if one of the observation is 0, what happens to the GM? If I ask you, if one of the observation is 0, can you find AM? Yes, you can find AM. I'm giving an example. Say there are 4 observations, 3, 7, 0 and 5. Can I find out the AM? Let me just work out. AM will be 3 plus 7, that is 10. 10 plus 0, let me take 6 here, it will be easy for calculation. 3 plus 7 is 0, 10. 10 plus 0 is 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 total. How many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. 16 by 4. I'm getting average 4. But if I ask you, please find out the geometric mean of these 4 numbers. Technically speaking, what will you do? If you want to follow the formula as given in the study material, as we have discussed, what will you do? Well, you will think that, okay, GM, I have to calculate GM. So GM means the fourth root of 3 into 7 into 0 into 6. But the moment you put 0 here, the whole thing becomes equal to 0. Okay, so please note the second disadvantage. If any value of the set is 0, the GM also would be 0, and therefore you cannot determine. And if any value is negative, yes, you can see we are taking square root. If any value is negative, then you have to take imaginary root. You may note that imaginary number is written as I, small I. So it becomes imaginary number. Okay, so this is basically GM. Yeah, I will explain the 10th root question once again. Okay, just a minute. Yashoda has said, please once again explain the sum of GM. Let me explain the sum of GM. I'm just going back 2-3 slides to take that example. Yes. Please note carefully. I think this is the problem which you are referring to. There are some friends who want me to just requested me to take up this question. Ankit, Priyanka, also Yashoda. Okay. So the question was, if you get such a question, X, the value of X is given and the frequency is given. So once again, please note X and frequency. X is 2, 4, 8, and 16. 2, 4, 8, and 16. And the frequency is 2, 3, 3, and 2. Total comes to 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 2, 10. So in these cases, please note the geometric mean will be, first you get the numbers. Okay, 2 first. This 2 comes out. Now the frequency is also 2. The frequency will go in the power. So 2 to the power 2. This 2 is basically the frequency. And this 2 which you see here is the X. Okay. Multiplied by, now you have 4. So 4 comes here. I'm just drawing through the arrow. 4 comes here. 4 to the power 3 because it is 3 here. So this 3 comes here. 4 to the power 3. Multiplied by 8. 8 comes here. I'm just drawing that line. 8 comes here. And this 3 which you see here goes to the power. So it becomes 8 to the power 3. Similarly, into 16 to the power 2. So I hope you have understood this part. 2 to the power 2 into 4 to the power 3 into 8 to the power 3 into 16 square. Okay, so I'm just rubbing these directions, these arrows. And this was 2 to the power square. Now you have to get the 10th root, 1 by 10, because here the total frequency is 10. 10. So you have to find the 10th root. 10th root, very difficult to find because 10th root, more than square root, very difficult. So how do we simplify? Now we have to break up all these things. So 2 square remains as it is. 4 cube. 4 cube means what? 4 cube. I'm writing 4 cube. I can write as 2 square to the power 3. 4 is 2 square. So this becomes 2 to the power 6. 3 into 2 is 6. 2 to the power 6. Into 8 cube. 8 cube I can write as what? 8 is 8 cube. 8 cube means what? 8 is how much? 2 into 2 into 2. 2 to the 4 to the 8. So 8 is 2 cube. So I can write 8 cube will be 2 cube to the power 3. And 3 3s are 9. So I can write 2 to the power 9. Plus we have 16 square. 16 square means what? 16 square, if I just write 16 square, 16 I can break in terms of how much? 2 to the 4 to the 8 to the 16. So 2 to the power 4 gives me 16. So I can write 2 to the power 4, and on top of that these 2 will come. So this is equal to 2 to the power 4 into 2, that is 2 to the power 8. So Just let me check. Yes. So it becomes 2 to the power 8. Okay. So now this is the what you see here, and outside you have 1 by 10, 2 to the power 1 by 10. Now it is like index number, indices, a to the power m into a to the power n. So this whole which you see here will be 2 to the power 2 plus 6 plus 9 plus 8. 2 plus 6 is 8, 8 plus 9 is 17, 17 and 8 is 25. So what I'm getting, I'm just rubbing these parts, and what I'm getting now is 2 to the power 25. 2 to the power 25. But this to the power 1 by 10. This 1 by 10 was there in the GM. Now you know the formula, a to the power m whole raised to n. This is equal to a to the power mn. Here also is this. So ultimately what will happen? 2 to the power 25 into 1 by 10 will become 2 to the power 25 by 10. We are multiplying 25 into 1 by 10. This becomes 25 by 10. And if you simplify, it becomes 5 by 2. That is 2.5. So I can write this is equal to 2 to the power 2.5. Okay, I hope you are following. 2 to the power 2.5, 2 to the power 2.5 we can write as 2 to the power 2 into 2 to the power 0.5. 2 square is 4, and 2 to the power 0.5 actually means what? It means 2 to the power half, that is square root of 2. So answer is 4 into square root of 2. Now please get the value of 2. I think it is 1.134, something like that. And then you can get the exact value, right? I hope you have followed and understood this. Okay. Yes. Yes, Bhumika, you wrote right that, you know, how to get, yeah, if there is one term is 0, exactly. Everyone, the entire Shiva also has written, it will become 0. Okay. Decimal of 4 root 2. Shambhavi has written decimal of 4 root 2. You may have to arrive at decimal because square root of 2 will be, just check the square root of 2, it will come in decimal, 1 point something. So ultimately it comes to a decimal. Yeah, there will be decimal points. Okay. Ankit, thank you for, you have written, got it, good. Mansi also, good, understood. Acha. Now we will look at, just we have time for the HM, and then we will go and complete some problems and we will complete the session. Now we come to HM, harmonic mean and harmonic progression. Harmonic mean is little bit, I will say, you just need to be cool and calm, and then you will understand. It is linked with AP. Harmonic progression is a progression or a sequence if the reciprocal of the terms are in arithmetic progression. Now, in very simple terms, we are just focusing on the exam type of questions. Harmonic mean of 3 terms, okay, will be just like this. If there are 3 terms A, B, and C, the harmonic mean HM will be equal to 3 terms are there. So we will put 3 in the numerator, and in the denominator we will have 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C. This is the harmonic mean of 3 numbers of 3 terms A, B, and C. This is HM, harmonic mean. Now we will look at Vidhi, we are not taking any break. We are completing the session in one go, and our IT team also knows that we are not taking any break today. So we just relax and do it slowly, and we hope to complete before 4. So you can take a break after that and get some free time, and then you can study once again. Acha. Now the harmonic mean gives the most correct value of the mean. We need to complete some important terms here. So harmonic mean gives the most correct value of the mean, and harmonic mean is used especially for rate when we have to find out the speed, average speed of a car, which is covering different distances. So then harmonic mean is the most useful measure. It is better than arithmetic mean in those cases. Now, one point, if you see, just think, we took a question a little while back. We took one of the disadvantages. If one of the observation in a GM is 0, you are calculating geometric mean, and if one of the observation is 0, what happens? You cannot calculate the GM. It will become 0. Now, if I ask you the same question, please see the formula here. If one of these observation, either A or B or C, if it is equal to 0, can you calculate HM? Question mark. If one of the observation is 0, can you get the correct harmonic mean? Just think. Just draw this formula, write the formula, and just see if one of the numbers. Now, this is for 3 numbers. If it is A, B, C, D, then instead of 3, it will become 4, and we will add 1 by D also. This is the formula. Simple. Okay. It is little complicated compared to AM, but not that complicated also. So comparatively, it is manageable. But now you tell me, if one of the number is 0, and there may be 2 numbers which are 0 also, can you find the HM? Now, if one of the number is 0, we cannot find HM. That is the basic problem we face. Okay. So please note, if one of the observation is 0, we are not going to get any type of HM. It's not possible. So we have, up till now, we have completed the discussion of mode and geometric mean. This is the last area which we are left with. Okay. So we are going very slow. And if you want, you can take 1 or 2 minutes off. You can take a break. I'm just discussing in brief, and then we will take up the other remaining questions which we will be solving. Relax and do. And if you look at harmonic mean, just like geometric mean, harmonic mean also has a particular disadvantage, because if one of the observation is 0, then harmonic mean is very difficult to calculate. In fact, it is practically not possible, because then you will have 1 by 0. 1 by 0 is undefined. So it will not be feasible. It will not be possible to calculate harmonic mean in such a circumstance. Okay. Now, let us see, for a given set, please note here, for a given set of non-zero observations, please note, I request you to see this, that non-zero, it is clearly stated it is a non-zero observation, given set of non-zero. Please note, I have just, if you see the slide, I have put non-zero in italics and also made it bold, so that you understand A, B, C, D, none of them can be 0. Can it be negative? Answer is yes. You can have negative, but you cannot have 0. So that is why it is clearly stated that harmonic mean will be calculated only for non-zero observations. So if a question comes that in which case non-zero observations cannot be tackled, cannot be calculated. So is it say AM and GM? Is it GM and HM? Is it AM and HM? Answer will be GM and HM. In case of geometric mean and harmonic mean, if you have, it has to be non-zero. If it is 0, if there is a 0, then you cannot calculate GM and HM. So non-zero observations are required for GM and HM. If any of the numbers is 0, then we cannot calculate GM and HM. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay. Yes, you will get undefined. Yes. Now, so let us see some examples, very simple examples. 3, 6, 12, and 15, some solved examples. And we will also do 3, 6, 12, and 15. You can just do it with me. Solution is given, but we can just do in a relaxed manner. Okay. This is the relaxing part of our discussion. We have covered the maximum part, and we just have around 20 minutes to complete. And we will complete the central tendency chapter. And in the next session, we will be doing dispersion. But just few problems are left. We'll do it. Let us try and calculate this. 3, 6, 12, and 15. Okay, don't see the solution. I'll go back. 3, 6, 12, and 15. 3, 6, 12, and 15. I'll write 3, 6, 12, and 15. We have to find out the HM. Simple formula, HM There are number of observations are 3, 6, 12, and 15, 4 observations. So I will write 4 in the numerator. In the denominator, I will write 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 12 plus 1 by 15. Okay, just reciprocal. Now 3, 6, 12, and 15. 3, 6, 12, and 15. What is the LCM? So let me work it out. Let me take 60 as the LCM. And what I get is 320 plus 6 10s are 60 plus 12 5s are 60 plus 15 4s are 60. And here is 4 in the numerator, 4. So 20 and 30 is 10 is 30, 35, 35 and 4 is 39. So what I'm getting is 4 divided by 39 by 60. That means it becomes 4 into 60 by 39. 4 into 60 by 39. Let me check whether I have done it correctly. Yeah, 4 into 60 by 39. 4 into 60 is 240. 240 by 39, that comes to 6.15. 6.15. Now, example 18, very, very, very important question for the exam. Very, very, very important question. We will not see it. The question is 1/2 1 by 3 till 1 by n. Now you have to find the HM of 1/2 1 by 3, 1 by 4 till 1 by n. Okay, this is the numerical problem which is given. Okay. Yeah, 6.15, I think you got. Yes, very good. HM is 6.15. Yes. Okay. So one question, sir, if one of the observation is negative, what will happen to HM? This question has come from Ajitavo Ghosh. Yeah, he replied you a little while back. You must have observed, you must have heard that if one of the observation is negative, you can still find out the HM. Okay, but if one of the observation is 0, please note it is given in this slide, non-zero observation. They are not saying that it has to be positive observation. Negative observation can be there. There may be negative observation, -5, -10, -2, -3.7, any observation, negative observation, but it cannot be 0. That's why it is given non-zero observation. It can be positive number or negative number. Okay, it can be whole number or fractional number, but 0, sorry, 0, we cannot have 0. Now, that is why you see rate is rate, averaging of the speed, averaging of the rates. Speed cannot be 0, rate cannot be 0. Speed will always be positive. Okay, so it's a number. So it can be fractional, it can be whole number. Same for rates. The rate of, say, for example, the rate of you're buying something. So what is the rate per kg, the rate per gram, rate per liter, for example. So it has to be some number. It cannot be 0. Okay. Now, in case of HM, negative numbers can be handled. We can use negative numbers. If any of the observation is negative, we can do it. But sorry, for 0, not possible. Now, in this case, this is very, very important for the exam. Let's see how to solve this. Okay. So the HM will be what? First of all, how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes till n. N numbers. N. So I will write n in the numerator. In the denominator, I will write 1 by 1. Then I will write 1 by half. 1 by half means 2. 1 by 1 by 3 means 3. 1 by 1 by 4, that is 1 divided by 1 by 4 becomes 4. And so on till n. This number which you see here, you have already done this, I think, in our arithmetic progression chapter. The summation of the first n numbers. What is the sum? You may remember the sum is n into n plus 1 by 2. So here it becomes n in the numerator. In the denominator, it is n into n plus 1 by 2. So now you are having this expression is n divided by n into n plus 1 by 2. So what will you get? I'm just rubbing this portion so that I can complete the numerical here. So this becomes what? N divided by n plus 1 into n by 2. So it becomes 2n divided by n into n plus 1. N and n cancel. So the answer is 2 by n plus 1. I'm getting the answer 2 by n plus 1. 2 divided by n plus 1. Okay. Very, very important. So you can see here we have got the answer 2n divided by n into n plus 1. N is definitely a number non-zero, so we can cancel n. You will get 2 divided by n plus 1. Yeah, 6.15. Yes, you are right. Many of you have got it. Excellent. Komalakshmi, Samir, Ankit, Shambhavi, Dhyanesh, Bhumika, Mohammad Ahmed, Jyoti. Very good. Very good. Okay. So kindly note example 18, which you see are very, very, very important question for the exam. Now let us see number 19. Another very, very, very important question. In this type of questions, normally, if a this type of question comes, you have to use HM. I have seen some people wrongly using AM and then they are saying that, sir, we have to find the average, sir. So I have used AM. No, please, please remember for rate, for speed, we have to use HM. So when you are getting this question number 19, a car is traveling 50 miles. Okay, it is covering 4 laps of 50 miles each. The first time the speed is 50 miles per hour. Second time the speed is 20 miles per hour. The third time it is 40 and the fourth is 25 miles an hour. So it is like this. The car is traveling like a square, A to B, B to C, C to D. It is moving like this and back to A. So this is also 50 miles. This is also 50 miles. CD is 50, DA is 50, like a square. Okay, the arrow is like this. It's cutting from here, A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A. Now the speeds are from A to B, it is traveling at 50 miles an hour. From B to C, it is traveling at 20 miles an hour. I'll just make it 20 here. Speed is 20. Size, the length is 50. The size is 50. The size of the distance it is covering is 50, but the speed is 20 now. Then the third is 40 and the fourth is 25. Now many people will think, oh, this is a mean average, so I will just find out the AM. So what they will do, they will say, I will solve it 50 plus 20 plus 40 plus 25 divided by 4, and they will get some figure. I am sorry, this is wrong. Not correct. Absolutely wrong. So AM will not be used. You have to use HM. So therefore, that is why we are doing this problem carefully, and several examples are there in the study material on HM, like these type of problems, distance covered, speed. So here what you have to do, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 journeys, 4 laps are covered. So it is like, we'll keep numerator 4. The speeds are given. First speed is 50 kilometers, 50 miles per hour. So I keep it 1 by 50. Then you have 20, so I'll write 1 by 20. Then you have 40 miles an hour, 1 by 40. Finally, we have 1 by 25. So if you find out the LCM, you will get 1000. And if you just see the example here, ultimately you will be getting a speed of 29.63. So it can be rounded off to 30 miles per hour. Of course, you have to see the MCQ. If the multiple choice, if one of the option is 29.63, that means you have got the right answer and no need to further make it approximate, no need to round it off. And if it is given 30 miles an hour, that means you know that, okay, I've got 29.63, but if I round it off, it will become 30. So 30 is the right answer. Okay. So this is how we get, this is how we actually get the answer here. Okay. Dhyanesh is asking, if we calculate mean and make it reciprocal, no, it is not HN. If we calculate the mean and make it reciprocal, it will not be the HN. Okay. Acha. So this, let us try and see. Find the harmonic mean of the following numbers. Please note, I have written here in the orange color, in the orange background, harmonic mean is used in finding averages involving price, rate, time, ratio. Okay. And rate here means the rate of covering distance, which means speed. So here you can see the harmonic mean of the following numbers, 1, half, 1 by 3 and 1 by 4. Very simple. We just take directly the numbers here and we can solve it. Harmonic mean. So there are how many numbers? 4 numbers. So I will put 4 in the numerator. In the denominator, what I am getting, the first number is 1. So I am taking 1 by 1 plus I have half. 1 by half, that means it becomes 2. The next number becomes 3, and the next number becomes how much? 4. Okay, so 4 plus 3 is 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. The answer is 4 by 10. That means it is 2 by 5. This is a very simple question. Next one, advantages of HM. Like AM and GM, it is based on all observation. Please note here, all the observations are taken. All the observations. So instead of 4, if you have 45, then immediately this number will increase. Instead of 1, okay, if it is say 20, let me take 15. Okay, if I take a higher number, well, immediately it will be impacted. So it is based on all observations. Like AM and GM, it is based on all observations. Yeah, 2 by 5, very good. Bhumika, Mansi, thank you, 2 by 5. It is extremely useful while averaging certain types of rates and ratio, like we have done here, speed. Disadvantages will be not readily understood because the formula is not very easy. It's not like one of our friends has written that if I find the AM and find the reciprocal, I will not get HM. It is usually a value which may not be a member of the given set of numbers. That is very much true. We get a new value. When we find the HM, it's a new value which is not there amongst the members. For example, here the value is 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is not there in any of these numbers. It's a new number which we have computed. And it cannot be calculated when there are both negative and positive values in a series or one of more values in 0. Okay. Now let us take one more example. It is useful in averaging speed if the distance traveled is equal. Okay. Now relations among AM, GM and HM, very, very important. AM is always greater than equal to GM, which is always greater than equal to HM. So please note here that the formula is AM will always be greater than GM, will always be greater than HM. So arithmetic mean is never less than geometric mean, you can say, and geometric mean is never less than harmonic mean. Very, very important. Please keep a note of this. This is the relation between AM, GM and HM. Just as we had noted the relation mean minus mode is equal to 3 into mean minus median. Similarly, the relation between arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean is that AM is always greater than equal to GM, which is always greater than equal to HM. Okay. Okay, one question has come from Dhara, Miss Dhara Patel. In GM, can we consider if negative observations are there? Yes, there can be negative observation, but then the root will become imaginary root. Ultimately, when you are calculating the GM, if one of the observation is negative, then you will get the imaginary root. You will not get the real roots. In quadratic equation, you have discussed about real root, rational root, irrational root, and imaginary root. So you will get imaginary roots. Acha, this is a very important question. You can try it out. If AM and GM of two observations are 30 and 18, find the observations, also find the HM. So here we have taken the numbers are, you can see AM and GM of two observations are 30 and I think 18. Find the observation, find the HM. So we are finding the first one is AM is given, so x plus y by 2 equal to 30. So we get the first equation, x plus y equal to 16, and it is given that the HM is 18. So square root of xy is 18. That is xy is 18 square, that is 324. Now if you solve it, you get a quadratic equation. From there you can get the required numbers are 6 and 54. So if you get 6 and 54, ultimately the HM will be 10 by 8, 10.8 if you just calculate using the process given. AM, GM, HM all can be equal also. Yes, AM, GM and HM. Yes, Abdul, AM, GM and HM can be equal. That's why in certain cases you can say that if all the observations are same, for example, then AM will be equal to GM, which is also going to be equal to HM. Okay, now this is an important question for the exam. This type of questions, AM is given, GM is given, you have to find the HM and you have to find the numbers also, find the observations. Okay. So best measure of central tendency, this type of questions can be expected in the exam. The best measure is AM. It is defined rigidly, based on all observation as we saw. It is simple to calculate. So due to all these reasons, AM is definitely the best measure. But AM has a drawback because it is affected by sampling fluctuations. And in case the distribution is open-ended, that means there is no upper class boundary, mean cannot be used or cannot be advocated. Median is also rigidly defined. It is quite easy to understand and compute. Median is not based on all the observation. You know, ultimately median means the middle. So it is not based on all the observations and does not allow itself to mathematical treatment. That is another problem which we have with median. But median is not affected by sampling fluctuation. Why? Because it is ultimately used for open-ended classification. It is concerned with the middle marks, the middle score. Mode, most popular is mode. Please remember, easiest is mean. The easiest is mean, but easiest to understand. But mode is the most popular, and it has no mathematical property. It is affected by sampling fluctuations, and GM and HM, like AM, possess some mathematical properties. They are defined and based on all observations. Okay. Yes, GM and HM more difficult to understand than AM. So they have limited applications like average rates, ratios. In the case of speed, like we took number of examples, motor car traveling certain distances at different speeds. There we have to use HM. Average of rates, speeds, we will use HM, and ratios, of course. Okay. Now, the last few questions for exam. So there's one question from Koma Lakshmi. What is the weighted AM, GM, and HM? Dhyanesh, we have already covered that. Weighted AM means any case where there is a frequency. Weighted AM we have covered. Weighted GM is also covered. Weighted HM not there for you. Now, there's one question. What is the GM of 8, 24, and 40? Let me try it out. 8, 24, and 40. Okay, so the question is 8, 24, and 40. GM of 8, 24, and 40. So it will be, the GM is 1/3. The third cube, the cube root of 8, 24, and 40. So let us try and break it to the extent possible. You can just try it out like this. 8 into 3. 8 3 is 24 and 8 5 is 40. 8 into 5. And this will the cube root of this. So 8 8 8 comes out. So 8 is coming out, and you have 5 3 is 15. So 8 into cube root of 15. This will be the answer for this question. The question came from Koma Lakshmi. What is the GM of 8, 24, and 40? So it is the 8 into cube root of 15. That is what I'm getting. Let me just check it. 8 is a 24, 8 5 is a 40. So there are 3 8s. I'm getting cube root. 8 is out, and we have 3 and 5 here. 3 5 is a 15. Okay. So this is a question on the value of X. It means this is like what we did last time also. This is very similar to the type of questions we have already done. Missing frequency. We have done this type of problems. So here you can see, first we see the class, we find the midpoint. In the next column we find the midpoint, then we take the frequency is given x minus 4, x minus 2 like this. We take the deviation. Okay, so we are taking the deviation. We are assuming 34.5 to be the assumed mean. So 54.5 becomes 20 like this. We calculate the deviation. Then we calculate deviation by class width. So it is 20 by 10, that is 2. So here the class width is taken as 10. And finally FD dash. And we can get the total frequency. And we know that mean is equal to assumed mean plus sigma FD by F into class interval, class width, and we get x equal to 5. Acha, this is one last question. We will just try to calculate. The mean salary of all employees is 20,500. We take the remaining questions on mean, median, and mode. because we are completing the topic in another 10 minutes. The mean salary of all employees is 28,500. The mean salary of male and female employees are 30,000 and 25,000. Male, it is 30,000, and for female, it is 25,000. The mean salary is, find the percentage of males and females in the company. The average is, the overall average is 28,500. Now we know the formula. If there are two classes, two groups with the average, say it is N1 and X1. N1 is the number, X1 is the average, N2 is the number of the next group, and X2 is their average. Then we can find out the mixed average is equal to N1 X1 plus N2 X2 divided by N1 plus N2. That is the formula. That is basically the formula. So in this case, we know the X bar, which you see, the combined average is this one. So I am writing 28,500. This is equal to N1 into X1. N1 is how much? N1 we don't know. But X1 we know. X1 is 30,000. So I can write 30,000 into X1 plus N2 X2. N2 we don't know, but X2 is 25,000. So I can write 25,000 into X2. Sorry, N2. This is N2, N1 and N2. N2. And this is N1. Divided by the denominator is N1 plus N2. Okay. So if you just cross multiply, what do I get? I'm just cross multiplying. This is the formula, very important for the exam. If you cross multiply, I'm getting 30,000 N1 plus 25,000 N2 is equal to 28,500 N1. 28,500 N1 plus 28,500 N2. 28,500 N2. So from here, if I just rub this portion, what do I get from here? 30,000 N1, here you have 28,500. So bring this on the left hand side. So you will get 1,500 N1 is equal to 20,500 on this side. Bring this 25,000 N2 on the right hand side. So you get 3,500 N2. So I can, if I cancel by 500, 500 3s are 1,500, 500 7s are 3,500. So I can write N1 by N2. This N2 comes here, is equal to 7 by 3. So we have got the answer 7 by 3. You can see, which is given in the slide also. That means the percentage of male is 70% and the percentage of females is 30%. 70-30 ratio of male and female. Okay. Finally, let us take this one. The last few questions. A, B, C are equidistant. A person walks from A to B at 5 kilometers per hour, B to C at 5, C to A at 4. What is the average speed? So these are important questions for the exam. I've taken these questions from some of the last year's papers, also from the mock test question for our solving. So A, B, C are equidistant and the speeds are given 5, 5 and 4. So we have to find out what is the average speed for the entire trip. So we can calculate in this way. So it can be basically, there are 3 distances they are covering. So I will take 3 at the top, and in the denominator I will have 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 4. So I'll take the LCM now, 20. So I'm getting 5 4s are 20 plus 5 4s are 20 plus 4 5. In the numerator I have 3. So this gives me 3 divided by 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 5 is 13. 13 by 20. So that gives me into 20 by 13. So I am getting 60 by 13. 60 by 13. So 60 by 13 means it is 13 4s are 52, 8 by 13. So the answer is 4 whole 8 by 13. And that is what we have got. Next is, in a distribution, the mode and mean are given. Calculate the median. Mode is given. Very, very important question. We have done similar questions earlier. Please try and solve this one. Mode is given, mean is given. We have to find median. Okay, I'm just trying to solve it and we will check whether the answer is correct or not. These are very important questions for the exam. Mode is 32.1, mean is 35.4. We know that mean minus mode is equal to 3 into mean minus median. So here we have mode is given, mean minus mode. 35.4 is the mean. 35.4 minus mode is how much? 32.1. This is equal to 3 into mean. Mean is 35.4. 35.4 minus x. Let us take x. Median is x. So 35.4 minus 32.1. That is how much? 32.1 is 3 and 3. So 3.3. So I'm getting 3.3 equal to 3 into 35.4 minus x. This 3 and 3 cancels out. I'm getting 1.1. So x, that is the median in this case, is equal to 35.4 minus 1.1. I am getting the answer 34. It's a round figure. This is what I'm getting. Let me check. Oh, how much? How come it is 34.3? Let me see. Done it correctly or not? 5.4. Oh, sorry, 35.4. So it will be 35.4 minus 35.4 minus 1.1. So it will be 34.3. Yes, 34.3. Yes, this is 35.4. Okay. So the answer is 34.3. We have got that 34.3. Yeah, 60 by 13. Many of you have got it correct. Yeah, which question? 34.3. Last one is 34.3. Mansi 34.3 because 35.4 we are taking here. Acha, now we come to the last part, MCQ set A. Which of the following measures of central tendency is difficult to compute? Mean, median, mode, and GM. Which of the following measure is difficult to compute? Well, most difficult is GM. So answer D is the right answer. Which measure of central tendency are considered for finding the average rates? Average rates, normally we use HM, that is harmonic mean. So, but sometimes we may also use GM. So here GM and HM could be used. Also HM alone is also right, but then GM and HM will be a better answer. Number 12, for a distribution, which of the following relationship holds? We have just written it, mean minus mode equal to 3 into mean minus median. So you can see here the option number 1, mean minus mode equal to 3 into mean minus median. The first answer is right. Kindly note in set A of the questions, lot of theory questions are coming. So please prepare also the theory questions. Number 16, quartiles are the values dividing a set of observations into how many parts? Now we have discussed about quartile, decile, and percentile. Decile means 10, percentile is 100, quartile means 4. So option number B is correct, 4 equal parts. 4 equal parts. Number 18, which, let us check the question, which of the following measures possess mathematical properties? Which of the following measures possess mathematical properties? AM, GM, HM, all of these. Now let us look at this one. Answer is all of them possess mathematical properties. Number 19, which of the following measures satisfies a linear relationship? Here also all of these, because y equal to a plus bx. Please remember that if you know the median, mean, or mode of x, you can find out the median, mean, and mode of y, and they have a linear relationship. So all of these have the same relation. Number 20, question number 20, kindly see number 20. Which of the following measures of central tendency is based on only 50% of the central values? We know median is concerned with the central, only 50% of the central values. So here the answer is median B. Mode and mean, they are not concerned here. Okay, we proceed to the next lot of questions and let us see the type of questions there. Set B. What is the median for the following observation? 5, 8, 6, 9, 11, 4. Let us quickly solve it and check. Okay, so we are here at the end. 5, 8, 6, 9, 11, 4. I will write in ascending order 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11. 8, 9, and 11. So 1, 2, this will be 6 and 8. 6 and 8, we will take the aim. The answer comes to 7. Let me check the answer. The options should be given. Answer is 7. What is the modal value for the numbers 5, 8? This is number 3. 5, 8, 6, 4, 10, 15, 18, 10. Please note 10 comes 2 times. So the frequency of 10 is 2. All other numbers have frequency 1. So here the mode is 10. What is the GM of the numbers 8, 24, and 40? I think I have already solved it. Let me check the answer. 8 into cube root of 15. That is what we got. Option C. Okay. Yes. Okay. Next one, the harmonic mean for the numbers 2, 3, 5 is how much? Harmonic mean for 2, 3, and 5. Please try and do it once. So harmonic mean will be 3 divided by half plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5. This means it is 30. 2 10s are 2 15s are 30. No, this 5 is yeah. 2 15 plus 3 10s are and 5 6 are 30. So it comes to 3 divided by 15 and 25 is how much? 25, 15 and 25 and 6 is 31. 3 divided by 31 by 30, that is 3 into 30 by 31. So it gets 90 by 31. 90 by 31 should be 2 point something. Okay, so approximately 90 by 31, option C. I've got option C, 90 by 31. So it is option C, 2.9. What is the value of the first quartile for the observations? First quartile, Q1. Okay, so options are given. First quartile. Once again, let us try it out and check it before we complete. So you just arrange the numbers in serial order, in ascending order. So we can write in this way. 10 is the lowest number. 10, 12, then 15. 10, 12, 15. Then we have 18, 20, 23, and so on. 18, 23, 28. 18, 20, 23, 28. How many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 16 also there. So 16 is here. So we have 8 numbers. 8 numbers. Okay. 8 numbers. That means we will take the n plus 1 by 4. This is quartile. First quartile they have said. So n plus 1 by 4. That is 8 plus 1 by 4. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 by 4 means 2.25. 2.2 fifth observation. 2.2 fifth observation. 2.2 fifth means the second observation plus 0.25 between observation 3 minus observation 2. So the second observation is 12. So I will take 12 plus 0.25 multiplied by T3 minus T2. T3 is 15, T2 is 12. So it is 15 minus 12. So it comes to 12 plus 0.25 into 3. 0.25 into 3 is 0.75 plus 12 will give the answer 12.75. Answer is 12.75. So option C seems to be the right answer. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, let us take this one, the third decile for the numbers 15, 10, 20, 25, 18, 11, 9, and 12. What is the third decile? Third decile means it is what? Third decile means it is basically, the question is decile. That means 10 observations are there. So third decile means 3 by 10. So here the numbers, if you see 15, 10, and so on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers are there. So here again it is 9, but then it is third decile. So what will be the number? The position will be what? There are 9 numbers. Third decile means 3 by 10. Decile means 10. Third decile, so 3 by 10 into n plus 1. And here n plus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 plus is 9. So 3 9s are 27, that is 2.7. So it is the second number plus 0.7 between 0.7 per 0.7 of what? 0.7 of term number 3 minus term number 2. So you can solve it. Okay, there is one question coming from Jyoti. AM is 5, HM is 3.2. What is GM? Let me just write it out and see at least the equations we can see. Question is AM is 5, HM is 3.2. So I am assuming it is basically two numbers she is asking. It must be given definitely two equations, so two numbers. So you can just calculate like this if the numbers are A and B. So A plus B by 2 equal to 5. Okay, and it is given that HM is 3.2. That means we can write 1 by A. Sorry, just I will write it here. HM is 3.2. So 2 divided by 1 by A plus 1 by B equal to 3.2. This means we can calculate it like this. This becomes AB, A plus B divided by 2. This is equal to 3.2. That means 2AB by A plus B is equal to 3.2. So I can keep it here, and we are getting from here, you can get the value of A and put it here. Basically, it will be a quadratic equation. So we are getting two equations, A plus B equal to 10. So A is equal to 10 minus B. You can just use this A equal to 10 minus B and you can put it here in this equation. A plus B by 2 equal to 10. So this is from Jyoti Jha and I'm solving the problem. So you can see here what we are getting is, you can see that we are getting 2AB divided by A plus B equal to 3 by 2. Now if A is equal to 10 minus B, put that here. So I should get 2 into 10 minus B into B divided by A plus B. A is 10 minus B, so it is 10 minus B plus B. This cancels out, I'm getting 3.2. Or if I multiply, I'm getting 32. 32. It seems to be a quadratic equation. I will just try and take it to the next stage. So I'm getting 20 minus 210, 20B minus 2B square, equal to 32. So if I transpose, I am getting 22B square minus 20B plus 32 equal to 0. If I take 2 common, I am getting B square minus 10B plus 16 equal to 0. B square minus 10B plus 16 equal to 0. So this will be equal to B minus 8 and B minus 2. So B can be either 8 or B can be 2. If B is 8, the numbers therefore are 2 and 8. Okay, 2 and 8, if you see, the AM will be 5, and if you just find out the HM, 2 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1 by 8, let me just see, LCM is 8, 2 4s are 8 and 8, 2 4s are 8, 8 1s are 8, so it is 2, so I'm getting 2 divided by 5 by 8, 2 into 8 by 5, 2 into 8 by 5, that is 16 by 5, it is 3.2. Yes, the answer is 2 and 8. I hope Jyoti is listening. Jyoti, I have taken your answer. Question, it is 2 and 8. Okay. Jyoti, I hope you have listened. It is 2 and 8. Acha. So in this case also, first arrange in ascending order. What is the HM of 1 half 1 by 3? We have solved it. It is already, we have done it. 2 divided by n plus 1. And now the last questions. Aeroplane finds from A to B at 500 kilometers per hour, comes back from B to A at 700. What is the average speed? Kindly note, this will be an HM. It is a harmonic mean. So for harmonic mean, kindly note that the relation will be 2 divided by 1 by the speed number 1 is 500 and the speed number 2 is 700. So 1 by 500 plus 1 by 700. This means the average will come to 3500. Denominator will be 5 sevens and 7 fives. The numerator is 2. So you are getting 2 divided by 12 by 500. In other words, it is 2 into 500 by 12. 2 6 are 12. So 500, just a moment. Let me just check. 3500. So it is 3500 by 6. 3500 by 6. So 3500 by 6 means it is 6 5s are 30, 50, 6 8s are 48, 26, 583 point something. So answer is 583.33. Yes, I'm getting option B, 583.33. Acha, if x and y are related by x minus y minus 10 is 0 and the mode is known, what is the very, very important question? Kindly note, what will be the mode of y? So x minus y minus 10 equal to 0. So it's given x minus y minus 10 equal to 0, or I can write y is equal to x minus 10, or I can write minus 10 plus x. It is given that the mode of y, you have to find out x, the mode of x is 23. So the mode of y, mo, will be minus 10, this minus 10 plus mode of x. Mode of x is how much? 23. So minus 10 plus 23, it will be 23 minus 10. That is, the answer should be 13. Option number B, 13. 19th question, if GM of x is 10. Okay. Thank you, Jyoti, you have understood. Okay, very good. If GM of x is 10 and GM of y is 15, this is the last question, then what is the GM of xy? Very, very important question for the exam with which we are going to complete today's session on central tendency. Last question, GM of x is 10 and GM of y is 15. So number of, say it's a number, 3-4 numbers, x1, x2, x3. So their GM is x. So I can write square root of x is 10, or x is equal to 10 square, that is 100. Similarly, square root of y is 15, or y is equal to 15 square, that is 225. So you have to find the GM of xy. Okay, GM of xy will be what? GM of xy will be square root of x into y, 100 into 225. That means it is square root of 22500. 22500 square root will be 150. So the answer is 150. Okay, the answer comes to, if you see, the answer comes to 150. Fine. So with that, we come to the end of our session today. I hope it was not difficult to follow the session, and please do see the session once again. Whenever you feel like you are not clear, you can go through the session once again. We have covered mode, the properties of mode, the advantages, disadvantages. Then we have covered geometric mean, scope, concept, properties, disadvantage, advantages, the formula for geometric mean, number of numerical problems, and finally we have concluded with harmonic mean, the concept, the uses. We have also observed that if there is 0 in any of the observation is 0, then HM and GM cannot be calculated. In GM and HM also, in HM specifically, at the end we have covered some peculiar features of HM and the fact that the properties of HM we have discussed, disadvantages, advantages, disadvantages, and at the end we have completed certain numericals, important questions for the exam from set A and set B of the exercises given in the study material. Also, we have done some other questions which have come in the earlier years as well as in the MTP. So with this, we conclude our discussion on central tendency here. And in the next session, we will take up the upcoming chapter, that is measures of dispersion. So with that, wishing you all the best. Keep practicing. See you soon. Thank you.